Hey everyone, so welcome back to a study with me. I didn't think I'd be doing one of these for a while. So actually today I've got a lot of university work to go through. So for my university, we're actually given a bunch of prep work for some reason that we have to do so that we're prepared before we go to Minerva. But the issue is that I missed the deadlines for the prep work. I didn't even know we had prep work, and that's because I only just realized that I was going to be dedicated to going to this university. By the time I had realized I was going to go, the prep work was already due. So now I've got to try and figure out like can I still do it and then like have someone check it. I'm not sure. I've just got to figure out what's going on there. Yeah, so it's just another day of the life in lockdown, so let's go. Also, I just want to say that like I'm aware of like everything that's going on as regards to the Black Lives Matter movement. If I was in a country in which the protests were happening, I would be on the freaking front lines. But unfortunately, I'm in freaking Bali, Indonesia. But aside from all of the studying that I'm doing, currently I'm reading a book called British, which is about racism in British. So I've been reading about that to learn more about it. I still got to get on with my uni work, so that's what's happening right now. So just for reference, this is my desk setup at the moment. So I've got this really not so rigid stand. This was really cheap, like $25. And then I've just got a bunch of books underneath it because without the books underneath it, this thing is very wobbly and unstable. And then I've got this really ratchet looking table. It's not the best, but it works for me. And the coolest part is that this thing is actually, when I plug it in there, it's a fan that keeps my computer from overheating, which this shitty computer definitely needs. Okay, so the first thing that my university is offering is these writing study group, and apparently what is supposed to happen is that every Wednesday for 8 weeks we get to attend this class, and in that class we get to go through some sort of like material that's supposed to help improve our writing and communication. But the interesting part is that it's with an upperclassman, so it's with someone who also studies at Minerva but is like a few years above us. Okay, so the thing about these study groups is that they are not an optimal time for me, so I can either do them at 6 a.m. or 8 p.m. I'm not sure which one I'm going to choose. Yeah, I'll probably choose the 8 p.m. one because I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. Okay, so I've slotted in my calendar. So every Wednesdays for about 8 weeks, I'm going to have some sort of Minerva writing study group. I'm not even sure what this is going to be like, but it starts on the 10th, so we're going to see what happens. Okay, so I got tired of sitting down, so I'm just gonna lay in my bed and do stuff. So I'm just signing up for my university profile thing, I think. I'm not sure. Okay, so I just found out that there's basically a bunch of pre-work for the subjects of math, writing, and programming. I looked at the math stuff, it's all easy. I should be able to do it quickly. The writing stuff is alright. The programming stuff, I have no idea what to do. So I'm just gonna have to work through that. And then I've got all this preliminary work that I was supposed to do, but it was already due on the 25th, so I'm not sure what to do. And so I just sent them an email asking like, hey, I didn't do the preliminary stuff, like what can I do about that? Now I'm just gonna go get some food because I'm stressed because I've got so much work to do. And and then on top of that, I also got 2 books that I'm gonna read, which I'm okay with because it's books that I'm actually interested in. So Thinking Fast and Slow, and then I don't know what the other book was. And yeah, so I've got to read through those. And so I think I'm just gonna go get some food, chill out for a bit, and then come back and start to like make a plan and like look at all the resources that I need to go to and make a plan for how I'm going to start working on those things. Food time though. Just making some oatmeal. Some good old oatmeal, just a classic. Okay, so I was just starting to get really stressed out, so I just took a shower, turned the AC on, got my hoodie, now I'm calm, ready to tackle this work. One of my biggest productivity hacks that I use is that I use this app called Speechify, which is free online, and it basically allows you to read out big chunks of text. So like it turns any of the text into speech. So if I just highlight this and click option.
1 of the first HCs you will be introduced to during the fall semester is 1. Scene C of Learning 1, which is all 1 about effective strategies to learn and 1.
So just right now I'm trying to buy the book Never Let Me Go, which is a required reading for our summer prep work. So $9.99. Okay, Minerva. I mean, it's a lot better than most US universities where they ask you to buy $100 textbooks. So yeah, that's the first book I gotta get. And the other book we have to read is Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. So just gonna get that. $8.54. As of lately, my university is asking me to spend a total of around $18. Alright, I see how it is. I'm gonna start reading these at night. Okay, so I'm on my bed right now, and basically what I've been doing is I've just been like, there's a lot of resources I need to go through, and I've just been like reading through all of the resources, kind of getting like a big picture understanding of what I need to do, and then I've systematized that and created a plan for how I'm going to attack this work into Notion. So I'm just going to show you what that looks like for me. So in Notion, I just have this tab called Minerva, which is my university, and then here I've got like all the information that I have regards to like my Minerva stuff. So I've got it all in like one place, and this is like where I put all my notes for all the information about Minerva that I have. So here I have just created a page called Summer Prep Work, and then in that prep work I've got kind of like an overview list of all the things that I need to get through. And so here I'm just gonna like, whilst I'm going through the resources, I'm just gonna use this document to write down any notes I have on the pre-work. Hold on, my sister's calling me. Emma, what do you want?
Hello? Oh my god, am I in a vlog?
Yeah.
Hello? Am I getting featured in a vlog? Guess what I had after my exam? I wore a nap.
Oh, lovely.
I don't remember. Gang. You don't put jeans on, baby. You will be on my pay. Hold up. Please don't tell me. My name is Ice. Can argue with the crazy bitches. I just made my price. I'm a boss. I'm a leader. I'll pull up monthly when my mama was a salary, but from Tina. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, just finished calling my sister. Okay. This is like the habit tracker that I have, and it's basically where I track all of the habits that I have, and this is where I put stuff that I want to do, that I want to like get done. So for example, for like the Minerva readings, I want to try and do like an hour of reading every day, and then because I want to take notes on the books that we are going to read, so I've set that as one of my habit trackers that I'm going to do every day, just at night probably. Then every day I also want to do some programming, because I'm really bad at programming and I really want to get good at it before I go to Minerva. So I've just set that to every day for an hour every day, and I just want to finish all the programming activities and just get in as much coding as I can. I've been doing this habit tracking thing for a while. It's just what keeps me organized. It's just what keeps me on top of things, and I find it really helpful because it means that I don't have to stress out because I know what I'm doing every day. But then I've got my weekly planner. I've just got all of my goals for the months and the weeks, and so I've just taken all of the tasks that I need to do for Minerva and just broken them down into little assignments that I have to do each day, just so that I eventually get all of the stuff that I need to do done. So for example, as you can see here, on Monday I've set myself a few tasks. The first thing I want to do is read the Science of Learning article. Then I want to complete some math work, programming work, and begin some preliminary work, as well as do some language learning before I go to bed. It's 6 o'clock. I'm gonna probably take like an hour, so yeah, I just gotta get started. The first thing I need to do is I need to read through this dense article. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use Speechify. I'm going to select this text. I'm going to press Option.
Or you think something through, paying attention to what you are doing.
And I'm going to get Speechify to read through this document whilst I read the text, because that's just going to make me read it so much faster. I'm probably going to take some notes on it in my Notion document. Okay, so it's been about an hour and a half since I last updated you. So far, all I've done is, like, I'm about halfway through the reading, honestly. Like, it took me a lot longer than I thought. That's because I'm like making some quite good notes on it. Like, the only reason I'm doing this is because I find the reading really interesting. This document is all about the science of learning. I've been reading about like the science of learning for so long, so this is just kind of like an amazing summary of just all the principles of learning. And so what I'm doing is I've got the document on one side of my laptop, and then on the other side in Rome I've just got this page where I'm making like summary notes of it and like just breaking it down into different pieces so I can just like reference it in the future, because I definitely know I'm going to be using this document a lot because it's absolute gold. I love this university. So it's 8 o'clock minus the hours that I've spent freaking just eating. I've only just read through the Science of Learning article. Some of the assignments that I'm being assigned are just like really easy. They're just like basic algebra ones for the math ones, so I'm not going to do those. Instead, I'm just going to start off with the programming stuff and try and do as much programming until I fall asleep, because I really need to catch myself up on this thing. It's like I'm like illiterate in programming. I'm just going to go through these Introduction to Python course, How to Think Like a Computer Scientist. Basically what I'm going through now is just this website. which is trying to teach me how to learn Python, but it's kind of trying to teach you how to think like a computer scientist. Like, it's not straight away trying to make me do math with the computer, but it's kind of teaching you a bit of the fundamentals behind computer programming, which I find really interesting. So this is what it looks like. It's just got a bit of text, which I'm just reading out
the first
using,
program written in a new
Speechify because I'm lazy, and then it's got little bits of code that you can look at, and then it's got like an example of code that you can like practice with, and then it's just got like multiple choice questions to make sure that you're actually reading it, which is really helpful for me, you know, active recall, hello. Okay, so I just finished my Python introduction course. It was really interesting. I learned a bunch. I've got 9 other ones to do before Minerva starts, so I'll be doing those. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna call it quits for the vlog. I think I'm just gonna do some language learning. I'm just gonna do some basic reading, and then I'm just gonna try and go to sleep. So yeah, thanks for watching.